Today we are looking at the far-reaching influence of the home. So we are now in, is it chapter 4 of Adventist Home, right? So the first quote I have for you here is, the home in which, oh sorry for that shaky camera, the home in which the members are polite, courteous Christians exerts a far-reaching influence for good. Other families will mark the results attained by such a home and will follow the example set, in their turn guarding the home against satanic influences. So I've done a video on this before about like, when you see people who are where you want to be in life, successful or happy marriage, happy children, whatever it may be, look to those people and say, do you know what, let me study them. Let me not envy them or, you know, be jealous. Let me look at those people and study them. And this is the advice given here. It's showing you that other families will mark the results attained. So that's showing you, if people are marking those results and they want to apply it, those are people who are saying, do you know what, I need a better family, right? And also the emphasis on politeness and courteousness. Even today I had to pull up my daughter about mindful of the no, it's yes mama, yes papa, yes uncle, yes auntie, right? Because when you have manners and you're more likable, you get further in life. You know, some people may disagree. I understand, you know, people may say, oh, it's a dog eat dog world and stuff like that. But I've just come to realize in life, this is just my opinion on my little hill, you know, that when you're as likable as possible, at the end of the day, not everyone's going to like you, and that's okay. I've come to accept that, and it's very freeing. But when you are more likable in general, that more opportunities open up for you. Just test it out, just see. So just become more polite and courteous and encourage your children to do the same, because people will mark it down. And, you know, the second quote here that I wanted to go over is, one well-ordered, well-disciplined family tells more in behalf of Christianity than all the sermons that can be preached. What a quote. So when I read this quote, it reminded me of a time when I was younger, right? And I used to think that, oh, you know, because I told people to come to church, that's me witnessing, you know, I told them come to church, so, you know, I did my part, right? And what I didn't realize at the time is that my lifestyle was so much more important than just inviting people to church. To give someone a pamphlet, a leaflet, a book, tell them to come to church, really and truly, it's easy. It's not that hard. Like, we may think, oh, I'm shy, but when you really look at it, that part of it is not that hard. Actually being consistent and living the life that you say you live is the hard part. And we don't always realize that people are watching us, looking at us. How does the husband talk to the wife? How does the wife talk to the husband? How do they talk to the children? How are they, you know, what is their unit like? People are looking, and when you're ordered and disciplined, it's an example. So this is definitely something that we want to implement in our family, and that we've tried and failed. But, you know, you keep on trying, you know, because we understand at this point that we can say all that we want to say. We can look the part, act the part, eat the part, all of that. But at the end of the day, people will always see the interaction. Do the husband and wife actually love each other? Do they actually like each other? Or are they just tolerating each other? You know what I mean? Our sphere of influence may seem narrow. Here's a hope. Our sphere of influence may seem narrow, our abilities small, our opportunities few, our acquirements limited, yet wonderful possibilities are ours through a faithful use of the opportunities of our own home, right? And the reason why I love this quote so much is because, like, if you're, I don't know if you're watching this and you're a person of faith, but people of faith, fellow Christians will know, a lot of times in church we'll use terms like prayer warrior and all of these things. And I know it's said in good faith, but what that can do is make people feel like, oh, well, I'm not a prayer warrior. Or they might think, I'm not a singer, I'm not a preacher. And they forget that those are beautiful ways of ministering, but those aren't the only ways. Because guess what? If a man can sing like nothing, and then he comes off the podium and then you hear that he's beating his wife, does the singing matter? Do you get what I'm trying to say? What's more important, that he hit the note or that he's treating his wife with love and care? I would prefer to listen to a man at church, or a woman even, because women are abusive too, you know, who is singing very well, you know. And no, sorry, I would prefer to hear someone who's off key even, with a bad back in track, you know, and know that, yeah, they're living a righteous life. They're really living the life that they say they live. So I'm telling you, this chapter really just emphasizes the fact that how you live day to day, how you treat your family is more of a testimony than anything else you could possibly do. I can stand up on this channel and chat and feel nice, you know, have my little moment. Oh, look at me with my 1-2 like. I mean, even then the likes are few. Listen, can you like the video please? If you watch it and you get some value, thank you. You know, I can feel nice, you know, we can present all that we want to present online, you know, but the reality is when I leave the room, what is my relationship like with my children and my husband? What does my home look like? How does it feel when people walk in here? Do they feel the presence of God, or is it a bit dry and stiff, you know? So ladies, please, if you haven't read this book yet, read the book. It's so beautiful. Her rebukes are worded so beautifully. Her encouragement is worded so beautifully. You need to read it. All right then, ladies. Bye.